Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into my babies, the boys of SB19. And they are performing Liham live on Wishbus USA. I am so excited. I don't remember how many more Wishbus performances they have left to release, but I'm excited to see all of them, and then that way I can start working on my top 10 SB19 Wish Bus performances list, like I did with Morissette Amon, and I'm so excited to just relive all of just the magic that they've made, and it's gonna be so good. But let's dive in and see how my boys did.
Wish. 1075.
Sa di malamang dahilan at noon ay buo kong inakala lahat ay ayos na naman. Nang bigla na lang ay dumating ang di hinantay, nagbabalat kayong himala.
Sing, baby. Sing.
Pasan ay gumaan, ikaw ang tanging dahilan. Sa'yo lang napuno ng kasiguraduhan. Narito ako.
Sing, baby.
Sa pag-ibig ko, di hayaan na mag-isa ka sa kahit na ano. Ikaw lang
Justin is so good.
ang himpilan ng aking puso. Sa piling mo'y panatag ang buong pagkatao, ligaya ng aking mundo.
I love Canon, just this off-the-shoulder moment happening. Sing, baby.
Panaginip na inaasam, ako'y binuo ng mabuti't masamang karanasan. Puno man ng mansa'y tinuring karangyaan.
Sing, baby. I love this back and forth. Sing! Come on, Harmony! Come on! Oh, come on with it! Josh is out here giving his all right now. Oh, come on, Ken, with that bass. I heard that. Oh, God, that harmony is gorgeous. And again, this instrumentation is everything. It feels so epic and so cinematic. Again, I love seeing all the support for them. I wish I could have been there too. Come on,
1075.
Ang buhay ko'y matatawag pang mapabuhay.
Gorgeous. Oh.
Sa layo ng bituin, ang tingnan nito'y pagtingin sa nakaraan.
Come on, Pablo with the supper harmony.
Kahit na ano.
Oh, I love hearing the harmony just break down like this. Oh, God. I know I have not seen all of the Wish Bus performances. I know I've not seen all of them. I know I've not seen all of them. I know there's still more left to be released. I know that there are some of the solo stuff that I haven't looked at yet, but this is definitely a contender for the top spot. Oh, my God. Like, I mean, the musical production on it alone just takes this song itself to another level. It is just such a big, grandiose, like I said, cinematic. I could see this in the trailer for a film. I could see, like, it feels like such a big build up kind of moment. It feels epic, and it's, and then their vocals stacked on top of what's happening in the music. It's just such a larger than life kind of thing, like on, you know, on par with that Celine Dion My Heart Will Go On, Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, you know, that kind of level of soundtracking for a movie. Like, it feels like that staple soundtrack, not just something that's on the soundtrack. It feels like that core song that defines the soundtrack. Like, everything else in this movie is fantastic. All the other music is fantastic, but this is like the identifiable song. Like, you think of that movie, you're like, oh, that's the movie that had this song on the soundtrack. Like, that's how big this production feels. And then just these vocals live, like I've heard them sing it live already. Like, went to the concert, I know, but like, there's something about being here where it's like you don't have the cheering from the audience, you don't have the outside noises and all that kind of stuff. You just have the audio being piped in straight from their microphones, and hearing that just level of clarity on their live vocals, it is stunning, absolutely stunning. The harmonies were so, this is something I've preached about them since like day one, well, maybe day two, because day one was Ikako, and I don't know if there was a whole bunch of harmonies. I was just having fun with that one, but like ever since I started getting like really seriously reacting to them, I've always said their harmonies are so good. And hell, in comparison to what I just reacted to them earlier in the week when they were performing in Boston with Jake, and how I was talking about how it seemed when they came out for Golden Hour, they were having some issues hearing with their in-ear monitors or something. Like I could see them messing with it a little bit, and you could hear that their harmonies, all the parts were there, but things weren't quite blending and meshing the way that they normally would, because they're usually so good about their blend. Here, it was so damn good. Clearly, they can hear what's happening. They can hear each other. They're in a close enough vicinity, and it's just, they sound fantastic. The harmonies were everything. The solos were everything. Everybody was out here just singing their faces off. Josh, you could see he was giving it his all from the jump. He was out here singing with everything he had. And again, I've said it so many times. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of all of them, because I know that they've been taking their voice lessons and, you know, just working on improving their craft and whatnot. And I know that he was self-conscious earlier on in the earlier parts of the band, at least, about singing. Rapping, he's got down packed, like that's nobody's business. But I know singing is like a little self-conscious place. So I love seeing him put himself out there more and more like this. I will say that there were a couple parts there when he was singing that I could see, if you think back to some earlier performances when I would talk about Stell, and when Stell was like hitting some of these high notes, they sounded great, but I could see the tension in his neck. Like I could see those veins wanting to bulge out and everything felt very tense, and that made me worried, because as like a singer, as a performer, that sort of tension is not sustainable, as that can really wreck your voice. So I was starting to see a little bit of that popping out with Josh when he was singing some of these parts in his upper extension. So I'm glad to see the progress that he's made, but I would love just to keep working on that, just to relieve the tension, because again, I don't want any damage to come from singing. Like, I'm all about singing with emotion and feeling, but at the same time, I still want your voices to remain intact for years and years and years and years and years. So I don't want you to blow your voice box out at the age of 22 and then, you know, oh, there goes your career. Like, so I think he's doing fantastic, but I would just keep it up so we can rein in some of that physical tension. But he sounded great. Justin, I always forget whether or not I give Justin the credit that he deserves for his vocals, because like in my head I'm constantly singing his praises, but I don't know if I say it out loud enough. He has such a beautiful natural tone to his voice, whether it's his highs or his lows. Just the sound of his voice is so beautiful and just easy to listen to. I remember earlier in my SB19 reaction career, it's a career now. I'm not getting paid for it, but it's a career. But I remember reacting to Justin and Stell, I think it was, singing, what was it, Shallow, I think? And I think that was when I first truly fell in love with the two of their voices. And as time has gone on, I found other things about everyone else's voices that I absolutely love. But that's when I was like really kind of honed in on those two, because they just have this beautiful, distinct quality about the tone of their voice that is just so pleasant and mellifluous, and it's just beautiful to listen to. So Justin, there is some of the parts here during the verses where it's like he doesn't necessarily have to do a lot. He's not pushing or belting or anything at these particular parts. He's just singing, you know, just very soft, but it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. So stunning. Ken was flying all over the place. Sometimes he was up in his falsetto, sometimes he was down here giving me this bass, sometimes he was in his mid-range, and every place that he was singing in was just so damn magically delicious. Like when he is down in that bass, I melt. That man in that bass is just magically, even without looking at him. But then you look at him and he's got the off the shoulder number and the chipped painted nails and just this air about him. It's just like, oh my God, take me now. But when he is down in that basement, it is just like swoon worthy. And then he pops up into this falsetto and it's like, hey, I've got this upper extension to my voice too. Isn't this gorgeous? Don't you love all of this gorgeousness? And then he sings in his mid-range and I'm like, girl, what can't you do? Why are you so damn good? And then Pablo Pablo's such a good leader. I swear to God. Like, there's so many parts there where, like, yes, he held down his solo parts like none other. It was fantastic. But then there are these different harmony parts he would hop on where I'm like, yes, you better make this harmony blend, but also you better make the soloist who's singing right now shine with this harmony. Like, it is just so damn good. And then obviously Stell is just magically delicious. We already know this. Vocals are everything, especially those upper belts over the last couple courses and whatnot. And what I was saying about Josh, how I used to see that in Stell with, you know, the tension and all that kind of stuff. Stell was out here belting up to high heaven. I didn't see that, which again is just a product of getting that sort of training or working with somebody who's working with the vocal coach and whatnot, and just learning those techniques to just alleviate that tension and whatnot. So I didn't see any of that in him, and those notes were just soaring. Everything felt so easy and so effortless, like he could just stay up there forever. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Together, gorgeous. Solo, gorgeous. Music, gorgeous. Everything, absolutely gorgeous. Yes, so this, it's too early for me to say that this is in my top spot on my list. Plus, I don't want to ruin the list for you guys, but it is definitely high up on the list. This is one of the best vocals that I've heard from them, and it's just magic. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya.